Yeah, so my big thing is this. I'm a professional, and a professional gets paid for their things. Now, mind you, I do quite a bit of what I would consider charity or free stuff, whatever you want to call it. Without trying to sound like an a-hole, but the truth of the matter is that I've been getting paid to be a martial arts instructor since 1982, and I've gotten paid as much as $50 an hour starting back in 1985. So a lot of things that I do from my heart, so there's no money involved, which is fine. Like, for example, I've invited a lot of you guys to come and work out. No, it wouldn't be the workout that you see with Master Ty, because Master Ty will tell you that when we first started, we were working on the left-right drill, and we were working on the foundation, and then we started doing slow-mo sparring, and then eventually we got into a little bit of light contact, 3 rounds, 3 points, and then we worked our way up to recently 15 rounds. And people who come train over here, you also saw that when you came is not what you expected. Because I know most of the time when people say, come and work out, and then you see me sparring, you're thinking, damn, you're going to come kick my ass. And it's going to be recorded. No, that's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about getting yourself in the best shape possible to make sure that when you perform the best possible. It's not about me. But yes, I am training for my own tournament that I'm going to compete at. Not at my own tournament, but I'm saying at an event I'm competing at January 31st. 99% chance of that. So that's the reason why on the Christmas Day, I catch people with hangovers. Catch them when they have their hangovers. This is what the top competitors have always done in any sport. Michael Jordan made his career or separated himself from everybody else after he got beat by the Pistons, got beat up literally. He went and started training on the off season as opposed to being out of shape and then going to training camp and getting in shape. So that's the deal. He created that. Kobe Bryant did the same thing. Any of the top competitors actually have had those habits. Catching people when they're on vacation, catching people when they are having hangovers. So anyway, no excuses. I personally want to become the best I ever have been in my entire life. And the standards are really high because things that I used to do in the past that I watched as a spectator were pretty incredible. My mother was right. So I know that I have a long way to go, but I'm using all the tools possible to make that happen. Right here I have 1, a denim jacket, 2, 3, 4 layers of shirts. Not that you have to. Under here I got a victory patch, a liberty patch, a boost patch, and an ignite patch. So I get the most energy possible with the best balance and coordination as possible while burning as much fat as possible. And again, I'm doing point karate with 16 ounce boxing gloves. And the reason I'm doing that is because when I put on the regular point gloves, which I'll be sparring with macho gloves, exactly. I'm gonna have to mop this up later on. I had to put some baking soda on the side here because it started to get funky. Anyway, guys, what I'm saying is that we can all get better. Now, this thing with competing in tournaments and not making any money, to me, is nonsense in the sense of a professional standpoint. Yes, if you guys are amateurs, those who competed in local tournaments throughout the years, you never made any money, that's your prerogative. But those who want to become next level and come to New York City and compete, and there's going to be other parts of the country, then we will be compensating you financially because it's the right thing. I got $3,500 so far that we're giving away in the 30-plus market, where that's 3 times more, what I should say, that's more than 3 top NASCAR tournaments combined in one little event in the Bronx that's only going to be for competitors 30 and above. That's February 28th. And also, we only have 5 years apart per division. So if you're 40, you're the youngest in the division, 40 to 45. No, 40 to 44. 45 to 49, and so on and so forth. So every 5 years, there's another person, I should say, in another division. So if you're 70, you're the youngest in the 70 to 74 division. If you're 80, you're the youngest in the 80, 84 division. If you're 75, you're the youngest in the 75 to 79 division, and so on and so forth. So what I'm saying, guys, is that you've seen it before, you've heard it before, but most people have no idea whatsoever that you can be a competitor, earn some income in the process, have some fun, stay alive, and not be the so-called has-been or never was. Anyhow, enjoy it. I'm gonna do it. Go. Outside. One. Everyone help? Yeah. You block. Up, you block. I go down. Squeeze. Release. Just warming up, baby. Warming up. garlic, I'm not sure. Feel the warm, please. So I'm attacking by combinations. So basically, a revolver or shotgun are great weapons, but they just have one, or there's a space between the ability to throw multiple shots. A semi-automatic throws double, but it's lighter, so you go so to speak. Not really Sometimes you have to use a full automatic. So what I'm saying is that sometimes you have to pick up a knife, sometimes a javelin, sometimes a bottle, sometimes it's setting up some honey, so to speak, to draw the person out. So it's not about just kicks and punches. It's about angles, fakes, height differences, footwork, sometimes the kicks and the punches. I should say the kicks and the punches are the ones that are making contact, but the preparation, the flavor, the style, the ingredients that you're using is up to you. It can be salty or it can be sweet. But regardless, it has to be funky. I read you. A word from my spine. little bit of secret. Does it pick up you? No, let it pick down. A punch from you. The kick to the body. Flip on it. Four. Round number 5. Got in tune. So, if you notice, I added some kicking, but it didn't matter. He blocked or repositioned about 5 kicks. He was stuck in the corner. I still couldn't get him. Just because you're in the corner doesn't mean you give up and you can't get out. Now what I had to watch for was his tendency to explode out that corner or a freaking dive bomb that I usually can't do anything about. But since this time I put more pressure on him by throwing multiple kicks, he had to abort that mission, reposition. Ooh, that rhymes. Sometimes they have to abort that mission and reposition. And when he repositioned, I hit him in the process, but it didn't matter. They all missed. Or I should say, he blocked them all. Awesome. Round 5. Clash. outside. Is it tickle? Yeah. Cool. What I did get down to this. Fresh up. Pick up the leg. And make it into a twister. But not to the head. To the body. It might work only one time. Because it's different. But if you do 20 different techniques, then, and you score on each of them, it means that you have a complete arsenal, which you want to check. Not the same thing. Yes, I scored the reverse punch, but look at the setups. Yeah, 4 points on round 5. That's one. Point? Yeah, that's fine. My little this. Watch this, guys. I went. I did 3 punches. It's crazy. Yeah. Or, I hit with 1 time, which is a great number, but I'm going on my own space. See that spinning? That's the part you gotta watch. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because this time, I was worried with this, and if you make this, I want you to get this one. Only because mistakes happen. Yes, yes. 806. Yes, Lord. Yeah. So, and you are my word. Wait, go ahead. Perfect. Beautiful. I got caught spectating in the range where each of us could hit each other, which puts me at a disadvantage. And then when he shuffled his feet, if you watch it in slow-mo, he didn't go like this. He went like this, the way it's supposed to be. So the shuffle, which is a distraction, made me not notice that he was already bridging the gap. In other words, I became a spectator in the middle of the match. If I do that more often, he'll get me more often. What I mean by that? If I stay in his range and cooperate with him, I'll never score. He'll score me every single time. What I have to do is be elusive, deceptive, and sneaky. So it's trigonometry, tricks. And fakes is psych fool. Makes the person second or even third guess, or catch them in the middle of breaths. Ooh. Check the lyrics. See that? That's the song. 101. That's the song. How did that feel? It looked beautiful when you walk it. You gotta remember the sniper fight. Oh, okay. I did my version of it, but it didn't work out too well. No point, right? Alright, so that's 5. Did you expect that? Yeah. I didn't know what I would do. In other words, I threw 3 punches. I have to attack by combination to increase the possibility of actually scoring, because if I throw singular techniques and they miss, I have to do a lot more singular techniques. If I go combinations and the first 2 miss, but the third one hits, or vice versa, that increases my possibility of success. But if you really look at my misses, they're really higher than him. I missed more than him because I throw techniques more than him. So I throw 3 techniques to score 1, as opposed to 2 techniques to score 1. So now when I throw the techniques, I'm not trying to purposely miss. I'm just attacking by combinations, because I noticed in the process of me attacking, if I notice that the opening is to the body, not think about it. 90% of the time, I hit him to the body. But to be honest with you, 90% of the time, he hits me to the head. So if I'm throwing multiple punches that he's blocking his head and I hit him to the body, that means that my business model is work 3 or 4 times harder, because if I go to singular techniques, I lose. If you understand what I'm saying. Now what he does, 9 out of 10 times, so me don't know, where you go towards? My head. Yeah. In the meantime, I have a small head. I might have a big mouth. I have some big, what would be, shoes. Now, why do I speak in between rounds? Because this is the money. This is the strategy. That's the physical part. This is the psychological part, or the mental part. And that's why I do both. I don't know who's talking there, but any of you guys are invited down, not to spar like this, to work out so that you look better at the tournament. I don't want to embarrass nobody. I want to help you. Like there, I would have decoy. That's one is this. So there, I haven't done that fake to him. Right? Yeah. I went. Just change heights. He scored 2. But you see what the punch, the way this way, right? Yeah. But he hit me too. If you notice, he was trying to move my hand out the way. So he went like this. Yeah. It just so happened that I still got it in. But most people, he would have swept them away. That's great. No point. Outside. He grabbed my hand as a perfect block. I stood to the punch that scored, but what a block. Oh my God. That front hand is actually there to block. Now, it was hard for him to do it, but once he had my hand, he should have threw his punch. But since I was driving him, I got the punch off. But what hurt him more than me was the wall. Right? Yeah. So and I'm trying to move him that way. Okay. Circle. That's 4. Beautiful. You see what I mean? He's faster than me. Yes, I scored after he popped me. Beautiful. And also a pressing kick. He threw a straight up pressing kick. Awesome. If you watch, I win. Again, most of the times that I score is to the body. I still throw it to the head, and he blocks his head really well, or he moves it out the way to avoid it. And then when he does that, he leaves a hook punch, like I used to. However, if I'm attacking my combination, I get a chance to continue the amount of techniques I interconnect, like a Lego block. This is round number 7. And it's Christmas Day when most people say, George, if you're still watching, thank you for the jacket. And the one under is also thank you. I'll send you the address. I already have your envelope packed ready to go, and I added a few extra ones. Let me know in the comments how your shoulder's still feeling. Thanks. George.
George, one, Grandmaster George. Keep getting better, Grandmaster George.
That's the warlock. Warlock. Okay, now 7. See, so we'll play possum there. We'll carry mouse. Again, I do once again. That's 4. Yeah, I had to switch it up. Something different. You didn't expect it, did you? No. Round number 8. So we don't have to stop. There's another. What's that? If you don't know, no point. I went like this, which I think hit a glove. Then when I went like this, to a body, which might have hit. But he's the judge. No point. Reloaded. I mean, force your ball. You force your ball. You got one. Round number 9. Again, there has to be multiple punches. I can't go one punch at him because he always ends up over here. I can't throw 2 punches. Sometimes 3 not enough. And between there, you hit me. Just 1. Yeah. That's 1. Point. That was the best one for me because he actually went. Maybe the first time in a long time, but that was beautiful. Beautiful. Is that 4 or 5? I think that's 4. Okay. He thought it was going to be a kick. Yeah. I think. Yeah. And then I went to the body. Fuck the body. So I did this, guys. I faked, then I went punch to the body. Again, guys, because I'm going to reiterate. As a sniper, he is as good, if not better, in the sense that he'll throw one technique that will score. So in order for me to really make up the difference, like anything else, I have to hustle. Meaning I throw multiple techniques. Now again, even with all my fakes, repositions, and angles, he scores on me. But trust me, if I just spar like most people, there's no way in life that I will be able to win. That's why if you notice, every time he scores on me, or almost scores on me, it's perfect. However, I can still make a slight adjustment that you may not notice, especially from just one angle. But he knows, because a lot of guys say, oh, how come he doesn't attack? Are you freaking crazy? If you count how many kicks and punches he threw, and I wish we had that, it's crazy. Except that I don't cooperate. When he does that, I usually stay at a distance where I don't reach, with another sniper technology. And then once he gets to settle, then I attack him and catch him in between breaths and thinking of what happened. They don't know what they're saying. Like breathing, so it won't be leaving. Okay, yeah. So the diaphragmatic breath is the reason why I can last long, and so can he. I know if I'm wrong, it's probably doing a lot more than that way. Especially me having to have my The reason I try to stay away from the head, and you didn't see it here, I went to kick and I just threw a back fist. That's because even when we're masked, it gives whiplash, left and right. So I do hit to the head also, but not as often because we don't need any injuries. Oh, I did that one when you did it to me. How beautiful it is. Outside. Forward. If you know I did this in motion. Yeah. Because to me, he has a tendency to jump. And when he jumps, he goes back. So instead of getting hit by his technique or exploding to try to hit him, I use the outside rule. That's one outside. What's the score? 2-0 and 1-1. Outside. Twice. Now one side. That was the inverted kick, but he didn't expect it. So it hit him a little hard, right? Yeah. But he has to protect them. Again, a few rounds ago I did it with a combination. So now since I've done it twice, his brain has to register. Potential techniques include, right sir? That's 4. I did 4, right? Yeah. Okay. That's 5. Okay. Round 11. How many of you can honestly say that you can go 11 rounds of any form of striking or moving? Yes, in between rounds, you hear me speak, but I'm trying to recap and give the lessons for sniperfight.com for the paying customers, which most of you are in them. So I've been leaving these videos up longer only because of the people who are competing at the tournaments. However, shortly they'll come down along with the jewels of information that I and others will benefit from when we review. One time up. Yeah, let me explain how to do this. I'm standing there like this. So that means I can't move. And when I do, that's my best I use. And I do 3 parts of that. He can't expect me to be ready. How can you be ready standing this tour with your knees locked? So there, I did the infinite hopscotch. And I went from here to switch. Hopscotch 101. Alright. Again, I'm here. I went. Hopscotch 101. That's great. I think that's one, two. Yeah, two. The one outside one. Again, how can I be ready when my hands are down and my knees are locked? He's far away. I shouldn't be able to reach him. But I extended my legs a little further this time. Because normally that's enough for you to be. When I kick, I miss. But sometimes. Right. Most of the time. And now I did this. I do my split at him. So that's what I mean. But if I miss when I kick, oh, I'm in trouble. Because I mean I'm extended like this. But you have to, go for it. Great. Yeah. Okay. I did not mean that. I stepped on his foot. He was really going outside until I stepped on his foot. Hang on. I stayed away from the face. That's what you would think. That's all. Yeah. I went. Excuse me. Look. Perfecto, número. So again, if I get anywhere near where either one of us can hit, I get hit. That's just the way it is. Round 12. I'm going to give him the point, even though there's a time. The time limit is weird. That's how I win this. See again, the body, yes. But I went to the head. Next, 1, 2. See, my body looks like I'm not going to do nothing. I'm like this. That's how I go. No, right? No. He punched me in my top. He punched me right here, which would have been right here. And those are the right hand. You went to do the proper technique. I did the proper count. Lucky it was high enough. But that reverse punch was fast. Man, it was fast. I just bent through and got right on the top. That's 4. Also got before that. Miss, and the bottom. Round number 13. So, that's how it's done. Throwing techniques and missing is a lot more difficult than hitting something. So, aim try to hit something. That also disrupts the fortress. I hit him hard today on his arms when he blocked in the beginning. Then I pulled back and I just started making the techniques a little more sneaky, where I actually scored with the techniques. But if you remember in the corner, I threw a bunch of kicks between 5 and 6, and they were hitting his arm, they were missing him, which is all cool. But that'll exhaust him also, especially if he gets into the muscle. And that's what I wanted to do. And then I slowed it down, and I snuck it in. So high intensity sometimes, just to increase the high heart rate, and then bring it down where they're not intimidated, and then explode like a sniper. There I threw the punch without moving my foot. That's why I was off balance afterwards. It was still sturdy enough for you to hurt a little pump. Last punch without moving. 1 point. Yes, Lord. There I got my horse. I started from the shuffle, but became a background, but became a stop. 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, go. One you gotta have another one now. There, I did some false movement away. Did I get you? Yeah. Don't look away. That's slow. Well, I don't know like this. I'm not slow. I just don't know what from this. It's that. I don't know what 13 but if you start 4, start with lazy. What is that? I took the sweat out my eye. Yeah, first time in 13 rounds. Awesome. By the way, anybody can train until they're tired. Champions train after. So, the greatest Muhammad Ali said, I don't count how many I could. I start counting how many I can't. Something along those lines. In other words, after exhaustion is when you have growth. In other words, go further out than anybody else, including you, and test those waters and see how you handle them. Because most people use the word enough. Never enough, because we don't know when enough is enough. Okay, right. I gotta block that damn punch, man. And I do it. And no point for you in that. Guys, look at this. Three more times. While reaching, I do the step. See, that was another punch. Now, if you look at it, that particular punch, I have not done maybe ever against him. Doesn't mean I can't do it. What made a difference is just saying, of course we hit him with a reverse punch. No, that one was wrong. My feet were planted, and I was really stressed. So by the time you went to count, I would go again. When normally you're able to do something to it. So a little bit. Yeah. 2 points. Outside. I think he punches on mask. Yes, of course. I'm your brother's friend. And you do. Yes, sir. Ain't easy to practice with me. Yeah. I'm a big one. What for you? Even your grandmother used to practice with me here. Do I wear it? What do I? The mother? Yeah, no. Right. I'm not going to take a break, no. I want to keep going. I'll be here for 2 weeks. I'm going to do this every year. No, I'm going to do the whole sleep.
You're going to do it at sleep time?
Yeah. That's how you get up. Bye-bye. Outside. The electric horse. Outside. Yay! I got a point. 4 points. I step on your foot. So let me explain this. From being passive, that has changed. I can almost do punches. Your arms are tied, right? We're going to do that move.
That usually keeps coming on.
Not, yeah, but if you don't. Okay, we'll take that last exchange as the last exchange because we need equipment. And the last exchange, we'll win this. I throw a bunch of punches, correct?
Yeah.
I can honestly say that I didn't get hit once. Only because I stayed close. Normally I would get hit a few times. And I don't know if I hear him, but I'll see in the video.
Yeah.
So what I did, I was being passive and using the ring and had him go outside. And I eventually got a point. I was standing straight up, which doesn't seem intimidating, and then I was exploding out and bending my knees. Once I started moving, missing, and then countering, or hitting with a third punch, in terms of attack by combination. Did you eat a lot yesterday?
No.
You ate enough?
Not a lot, but no.
Oh, I went to all you can eat, and I tried to eat it all. So presently, I was 229 pounds, which is 11 pounds lighter or heavier than I've been recently. But I'm going to drop that weight now because I got layers of clothes on right now, and I have the Ignite patch to help burn more calories. Yeah, so I think today you were struggling a little bit.
Both of my joints came on.
I think you were struggling a little bit today. Well, he said he lost his power, meaning that the patches came off.
Both of them. Both of them.
Yeah, in the meantime, I think I have 4 of them on, I think.
Let's
find out. Let's see. I have the denim jacket. Thank you to Warlord George Santos. Then I have the headhunter jacket. You found it on the floor. Thanks to again the Warlord. Oh, you think I don't? Imagine we had all these things. And then we have from Mosuko years ago, Beast.
Alright, and the CF.
And then finally, UMAN OG. Now, let's see. I got how many? 1, 2, 3. Are there 4 of them?
Yeah, look like 4.
4 patches.
2. Yeah, 4.
Yeah, so I got Liberty, Victory, Boost, and Ignite. So I can burn more calories with Ignite, get more energy with Boost, have my left side and right side with the same amount of strength with what would be Victory. And then Liberty gives you stability. Now, you were having a hard time doing that 2 months ago, correct?
What's that?
Standing with the one leg, or?
Yeah. I think it was a release.
Yeah, so again, guys, I'm Grandmaster Jerry Fast Feet Fontanez, and I've been given instruction on sniper fighting, along with Master Ty, who is sniper fight instructor level 1, who literally has been my sparring partner since March when we started. We started so slow-mo sparring. As a matter of fact, let's do some slow-mo sparring right now. We're going to need gloves. We haven't done it this much, and that's always been my secret, because when you're out of shape, you can't go fast, and then you hyperventilate. But this will be a perfect cool down. He's doing the stretching right now, which is wonderful, and I'm thinking that if we do some slow-mo sparring, let's see how it looks. Now this is the hard part, bring my heart rate all the way down. You do one round, 3 points. It was like a little see, it's still a match. It just, and you saw, my left leg actually went toward the head, which I haven't done that this morning. Yeah. But if I'm doing it slow, just testing. I don't do everything. It's no easy. No? Yeah. same concept. Remember, if you're going slow, you should be like this. Take that big step to get out the way.
Big step.
It's a big step, that's right.
That's all.
2 points. One more man to go. See how slow motion? And that big step is something like that. Many months.
Yeah.
But if you notice, I still took long steps.
Bigger steps, yeah.
So if you make long steps, this is my belief. If in slow motion, you do certain things, there's a good possibility that when you go fast or medium, you might do those same things. So in slow motion, that's when you're more perfect, in the sense that you notice I do the shuffle into a hook, a crescent kick to the head. Well, I haven't done that in months, but in slow motion, I felt enough confidence to try it. Now, mind you, could I do that while going fast? Yeah, probably easier because it's momentum. But here there wasn't any. Anyhow, guys, thanks for watching. AB, see ya. And happy Merry Christmas and everything else. You guys happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever else you celebrate. Do not make any excuses. You were born to be a winner. God bless.